Good morning. I am running a little behind this morning, and I have things on the screen. Can't see that. Come on. There we go. Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. It is my 44th birthday, and here we are live streaming on Twitch as we have a full day of voice stuff happening today. So just a quick rundown for those of you that somehow may have missed it. Today is Alexa Live, and so at noon Eastern, that will kick off, and we will have a whole bunch of content and sessions and announcements and feature releases and all sorts of cool stuff for you to check out starting at noon Eastern. It won't be here on this channel, I wish it was, but instead you will go over to the Alexa Live website, which you can find at alexa.design/live to get registered. And then once you're registered, you'll be able to jump into the website that they've set up to handle all of the content and the chat and everything else that's going on there. So very, very exciting day. Lots going on. And I'm really looking forward to how this is going to go down today. So in the meantime, we have been building an Alexa skill that can handle being a casino, basically. And so I've been working on that a little bit. And I wanted to show, if we can get to the right page here, we'll just jump right into it. Karthik with the raid, 11 people. I can only imagine who those 11 people are. I'm so glad you guys are here and that you're on your way in. Kevin Evans, good morning. Scott Gowell, good morning. Goel? I never knew how to pronounce your last name. Is it? I'm going to go with Gowell, but I think it might, I don't know. You can tell me in the chat. The Dream Saver's here. Karthik is here. Everybody's dropping the birthday love. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's an awesome, awesome day for voice and for Alexa and for me. So thank you guys all for heading over here. We are building a casino Alexa skill, and it is so nice of you guys all to thank me for my birthday, because I'm old. 44 is old. I realize that I've got to wait 400 more years before I can have all fours in my age again. And I'm down for that. I think I'll give it a run. I'm gonna try and get to 444. I think that would be a reasonable age to check it out. Dreamsaver's 22. Nice, half my age. But I'm glad you guys are all here. This is great. So I'm going to Hawk 2000 is here. My goodness. All right, Scott. Thank you for being here, man. And let's get right into it. So the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is that on Monday we kind of ended abruptly. We had some other things going on that I needed to get to related to Alexa Live, not surprisingly. And I wasn't able to finish this feature, but I got it working, and I want to show you how this works. So
there was a problem with the requested skills response.
I forgot that I have to actually run the service. So let's actually get my code running. So we can say npm run dev, and this should get my endpoint set up. And it did. And now we should be able to do it. Sorry, I hadn't gotten everything set up.
Welcome to the skill template. What would you like to do?
Okay, so you can see what came in here. If we look at the orange piece, the orange piece got a launch request, right? This is coming to local debugging here on my machine. I'm using the bespoken tools to do this. And so I got a launch request. And then I logged some information about things that are going on, like the request envelope. And then this blue piece here, which is really nice that bespoken does this, I'm outputting, trade last with the subscription. My goodness, what a great day. Thank you for the subscription. This is the output. So this blue piece here is what I sent back to the skill. And you can see here that I'm defining for myself that it was a launch request, and the speech that I want the user to hear. These are all the previous values, right? In most, if not all of my skills, I try to implement the repeat intent, which means if the user didn't hear me or they walked away for a second and they're not sure what was said, they can just say that again or repeat that or whatever. Lee Engelstone with the follow. Thank you so much. And I can use those values saved in my session to remember what you said the last time. Now, I don't persist them to the database, but I do save them in my session so that I know exactly what you said and how. So, yeah. So that's what's going on with the start game intent. So now let's actually bet 5 on poker and see what happens.
You lost 5 coins in poker. Your new balance is 226 coins. Your cards were the Jack of Clubs, 8 of Spades, 7 of Diamonds, 3 of Spades, and 2 of Clubs. What do you want to play next?
So there you go. So she is now able to play the same kind of poker game, the same way that we play in the chat. So if we come over to the chat here, I have to get that stuff set up too. I kind of got a late start this morning, but let's do this. So the Chatcino bot will start, and the Alexa chat bot we will start, and the Jeff Blankenbot we will start. Is that going to work for all of them? No. This one is different. This one is node bot. Bot.js. And all 3 are running, so that's exciting. So now we should be able to come into the chat, and we should be able to say things like poker 10. And when we do this, we're doing the exact same thing. It's the exact same call to the same type of code. It will eventually be the identical code. But for now, I've got it versioned out a little bit because when I built it for the chatbot, I wasn't thinking about using it other places. And there's definitely some overlap between the game logic and the chatbot logic, and I'm eventually going to separate those. And so I'm using an Alexa skill as a forcing function to separate out that functionality. And so as I build this is the directory for the Alexa skill. Let me narrow some things down here just so you can see what's going on. So you can see that I have all of my normal Alexa stuff here, right? I have my my index, my skill package up here at the top. I have this is all inside my Lambda, but inside my Lambda I have a folder called Chatcino, and inside this folder, this is the whole Chatcino. So I have my data components, I have my poker and roulette and slots. But what I haven't done, you can see that poker has the pieces that I need, but for slots and some of these other things, I haven't. I'm creating a new page called Play here. What I did with the poker one is that I respond to the user with a new object that is what their outcome was. Where I normally in the original chatbot implementation, what I would have done is just responded to the user with speech. I would have actually crafted and put together the chat response like you see in the chat. I would have done that right here and just returned that to the user and said, hey, here's the things you need to know. But because I'm building a module, oh my goodness, look at all the subscriptions. Thank you, Karthik. Because of the fact that I want this module to work across platforms, I'm also going to be implementing this in the Discord, which, by the way, if you guys are not, if you're not part of the Discord for this channel, we've had some good activity in there already, but I'd love to have you join us. If you, let's just go there. If you go to my homepage on Twitch, you will see, after I stop the audio from playing, you will see that down here just a little bit, in one of the panels, there is one called Discord, and you can either click on this link, or you can click on the Discord icon, and this will take you to a page where you can land directly in this Discord. And it's a place for everybody that meets here and talks and chats to have a place to talk and chat all the time. So if you want to get together or reach out to people or share ideas or continue a conversation after this stream is over, that Discord is where that's happening. And I will be adding the chatbot. I have added the chatbot, but it doesn't do anything yet. But I will be adding the chatbot casino so that you can play all the games there as well. So if you haven't already, jump in the Discord, say hi, introduce yourself, let people know who you are and what you're about, and let's continue the conversation when this stream is offline. So you guys can all check that out there. In fact, I'll take this link and I will drop it in the chat just so you've got it. Anyway, there is the link to the Discord. And I think that's a kind of a cool way for us to hang out and get to know each other better and share ideas and all that kind of stuff. I think that'll be pretty cool. Excuse me. Okay. So I more or less have poker working. I haven't tested things like, what if I say, play poker for 5. What does that do?
You won 5 coins with
Nice.
a pair. Your new balance is 232 coins. Your cards were the Jack of Diamonds. Goodbye.
Okay, so you can see that one of the things that I haven't done a very good job of is sound effects. I feel like we're in a casino. We should have sound effects. So that's one thing I wanted to do for poker. And again, these are where things don't translate across platforms very well, right? Sound effects work really well for Alexa, but they don't work very well at all in Twitch chat or Discord chat or stuff like that. So those are things that I have to implement on the platform level logic, not in the game logic. And so I thought we could dig in and at least make this a little more fun for win and lose. So let's go to Alexa Sound Effects Library, if you guys haven't done this before. And let's go see what we can find. I think that there is just casino. If I just do casino noises, there's like background casino noises. I don't know that that's really what I want. These are going to be like just noisy rooms, but you can hear chips and stuff. I don't think that's really what I was going for. Do they have anything? What if I just say slot? Okay, I was worried about this, that there might not be good sound effects for a casino. So let's see if we can find. Look at this. Dice? What is this one sound like? Nice. I don't love that these are live recordings. I kind of want. Let's see if we can find something else in here that's like a ding. Do they have any ding sounds? That's only loading. I always forget that. Let's see. I think there's like a game show category. Let's see. Alarms. What if I just search for game? So they have some positive responses. I wonder if we could get away with some of these for like wins and losses. Something with a little more flair, please. No. Do I get nervous before a talk, and is your reaction any different before an online talk? No, I don't really get nervous anymore. I think there was probably a time where I worried, but it wasn't necessarily about it wasn't really about the talk or the audience. Like an audience has never bothered me. I don't mind getting on a stage in front of 2,000 people. And in fact, I tell many people that are hesitant to speak that a room with 2,000 people is way scarier than a room with 10 people. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. A room with 2,000 people is way easier to manage than a room with 10 people. Because when you talk to 10 people, they ask questions and they feel like it's okay to interrupt. And that's scarier, especially if you're presenting content that you're not fully confident in. But 2,000, like, that's... my biggest audience was 5,000. I did that in Tokyo. And that was an interesting experience because you couldn't even see the back of the room. You have all these bright lights and everything, but you could only see like the first 4 rows. But it was strange. I think I've probably told this story on here before, but it was strange because most people had a translator in their ear. They had a little electronic device, and there were people in the back of the room who were actually listening to what I say, and then they translate it on the fly, and then people hear that. But there's a delay between when I say it and when most of the audience hears it. And so they even told me, like, you're probably not going to want to tell a lot of jokes because they're not going to land, or they'll land really late. And I did not take their advice, and I still told jokes, and the jokes did land. But it was like I would tell a joke, and I would get no response, not even like a chuckle from anybody. And then so I would just move on, like, let's just move on to the next thing and keep going. And then they would laugh because they were listening to something that was completely different than my audio track from my voice. And so that was a little off-putting, but it was a fun experience, and I'm glad that I got to do it. What's this? No. I feel like I'm gonna have to go on. I'm gonna have to go on a hunt. For some good sound effects, because I feel like casino sounds are just not the thing. I don't think we're gonna have that. That's interesting. I wonder what this sounds like if I took this and I went to the testing tool and I had voice and tone and I just did this like 5 times in a row. What would that sound like? Oh, I can only do 5. Duh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not fast enough. I would love to have it be able to go like ding 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 ding, kind of like a slot machine. But we have some restrictions with Alexa. We can only do 5 audio files in one response, and those two have too much white space around them. Speaking of trade last, let's see. I believe you're referring to this. Yeah, that's a good one. So those sound effects exist, but I'm going to have to find some good casino sound effects. So I guess we'll put that off for today. I was hoping that I could find some noises that I wanted to use, but those aren't going to work for me. So, okay, so we've got poker working. One of the things that I really want to do, and let me talk through kind of the code structure for all of this, is if I close down the Chatsino and we just look at the code for my project, one of the things that I would like to do, if we look at my handlers and we have one called Start Game, this is how people come into the skill. So they talk to the skill. If they say, hey, I want to play some kind of game, they end up here, and this is where I identify like, oh, they want to play poker. And then what I do is I make this one call to the Chatsino that is, hey, play a game of poker for them. And it responds back to me with their outcome. Did they win? Did they lose? All of the stuff that I need to know. And then I build a response around this stuff. So one of the things that I'd really like to do, and I probably should just start a to-do list. We'll call this todo.md. And in here, we're going to have Alexa Casino to-do list. Okay, and then, whoa, I didn't ask you to do that. So then we're going to have one of these, and then one of these, and something like add APL cards to the poker game. No, actually, let's do it this way. Poker. Card reveal. So I have some things to figure out about this, but add APL card reveal will be pretty cool. And what I did yesterday is I found an open source set of card faces that will allow me to basically display on a screen what your cards are. And I started playing with it, and I didn't love how it turned out. It turns out the images that they give you are PNGs that are the card face itself, but it doesn't actually have the white background or the rounded corners that I need. So I'm going to have to do something with these images, or at least in the APL, to give me that card shape. Because right now, if I show you what they look like, I can do that too. If I go to my S3, they look really nice. I mean, they're perfect card faces, and I think they'll look really good on a display. But they don't have any background color. So if I come into my bucket for Alexa, I have a folder called Chatsino, Art, Cards, and then we choose like the 10 of diamonds. Now it's going to look normal to you because it'll be on a white background. Oh, I guess it won't even be on a white background. But it's really just... You're not even going to let me do it. All right. So this is what it looks like. But it doesn't matter what the background of the thing is. You end up with a view that looks like this. So I need to add the edges to the card and a background that's probably white. And then I'll do it on top of some kind of video poker interface, or I don't know exactly what it'll look like, but there's going to be some APL work for sure on this Alexa skill to display the cards and show the roulette wheel and all that kind of stuff. But there's definitely a lot to figure out about all of that. So, okay, so we're back to, hey, poker works. That's great news. Now we need to figure out what we want to do next. I guess we could try and do slots next and just see where we're at with it. So if I do the start game intent, I actually feel like I wonder if I could do... No, these are going to have to be customized responses. I was trying to find a way... I guess I can get rid of these. And rid of this. I always forget it. Every year, about a year it takes you to forget just how much your social media blows up when it's your birthday. It's amazing to me the number of people, and it's so flattering and humbling, but the number of people that reach out during the day. You get phone calls, you get texts, you get Facebook messages and Twitter messages and all sorts of stuff. I don't actually know how most people get work done on their birthdays because it feels like you're just constantly being pulled in a direction. Okay, so if we want to do slots, we need to add a new case for slots. So we'll have to add a case here that is slots. And I'm eventually going to have to diversify this because I expect to have multiple slot machines. Right now we just have a 3-reel like fruit machine. And it would be cool to be able to do some of the other more well-known slot machines, but we'll get there. So for this, we're just going to say const outcome equals await chatsino.slots.play. And for that, I don't even have that. So let's go look at the Chatsino. Again, this is me building this thing out so that it can accommodate all of this situation. So if I look at Chatsino's up there, and I have slots, but what I don't have is the play. So we need to go open a file from the original version of this that I built and modify it a bit. So if we look at the Chatsino bot, we have a folder in here somewhere called slots. I'm also building a data folder instead of an Airtable folder because I want people to be able to modify just the data layer themselves, and then they can point their data wherever they want it to be if they wanted to run this themselves and use this source code. So I'm going to take game because that's really what I was using before. And let's take a look at what we do here. So the first thing we do is identify what the wager is. This is the chatbot version. And I have to identify their available funds. I don't even know why I do that. I don't think I really need that. Because I'm doing everything else another way. So let's take a look at start game here. What I'm doing here is they say something like a game type. Good morning, W. Georgia. Welcome, welcome. So if they resolved a game name, then we just create a game object with the game type. I don't know why we do that. Oh, because I will ultimately be passing the game in? I don't know why I did that, actually. Why did I create that fake object? I'm sure that I had a reason. Oh, Tradeless has some cool APL card effects. That's awesome. W. Giorgio, no, I don't have it running. I haven't had an opportunity to spend any time on that. We're, and this is for all of you, my family and I are leaving on vacation on Friday morning early. And obviously my day today is crazy booked. So we've been trying to get everything together, getting ready for vacation. I had a couple of doctor's appointments yesterday that I had to run to, so it's been chaos around here, and I had not had an opportunity to do that. I might have an opportunity to, I might have an opportunity to get it running tomorrow, but I feel like my code is in such a state of disarray. I really want to get to a point where it's working as its own, almost as its own NPM module, and then it's easy to just pull it in. So Karthik wants to know when we're doing the audit on W. Giorgio's disproportionate wealth. Gosh, the guy is just lucky. It's amazing to me how well he has done in the casino. It's also surprising to me so few people are playing this morning. No reason to have to do that. But W. Giorgio is crushing it. He hit some big jackpots yesterday, and he's got almost 1 million coins. It's just amazing. Okay, so for slots, we need to come up with this play function. So I guess the first thing that we need to do is come into our slots, and we need to create a file called play.js. And in this play.js, we're really looking at what happens in the game function. So I don't need to worry about much, but if we look at the play that I built for poker, let's take a look at what happens there. The first thing we do, the moment you come in, is check and make sure that you have a valid wager and a valid position. Well, for slots, thankfully, that doesn't matter a whole lot. So we should be okay there. Whoa, Kevin Evans. Clean and up. Nice work, man. That's so funny. Okay, so this is something that I'm going to have to do in every game to make sure that this is happening the way that we want it to. So let's get some things working in here. So function play. This is probably going to be an async function. I don't know why I'm kidding myself. Play. I don't know what I pass in here yet, so we'll get that in a second. Module.exports. Let's just do the rigging first. And then where we need this to go here, we need a play, so it's going to go here. PLAY. And const play equals require play. Okay, so at least the plumbing is done. Now we need to figure out what we're going to pass into this. So I think we're going to need the same values. User, wager, game, and position name. Yeah, so we'll have to do the same thing here. So we'll do user, wager, game, position name. I think that's why I created that object, is because I have a bunch of logic. Kevin Evans, man, making a climb today. Today maybe is your day. You should ask the 8-ball what it thinks. Okay, so I have user, wager, game, position name. That's great. Nice job, Scott. That's awesome. So we have the call that we need. I think we're good there. My position name is probably going to be undefined, but it doesn't really matter for this one. So when we come into play, we need user, wager, game, and position. Is that what I did for the poker one? Did I user, wager, game, position? Okay. So we'll do user, wager, game, position. And those are the things that I need there. And then here we're going to have to say if cashier is valid wager, and this is going to require us to bring in the cashier. So const cashier equals, and this should be a dot dot cashier, and that should give me a good reference. Awesome. W Giorgio, the 8-ball does not lie. Ah, man, you're having a good one. I like it. Okay, so we have those two conditions, and we'll need to close those up. And then your local Canadian is here. Well, that's awesome. I've never had a local Canadian before, but we do now, and I'm glad you're here. You may notice in the chat that people are playing casino games. You can do the same. People are mostly playing poker, it looks like, but there's also slots. There's also roulette. So if you would like to play any of those games, I'm sure you can pick it up just by looking in the chat as to how those might work. But yeah, and you earn a coin, by the way, your local Canadian. You earn a coin every single time that you post a message in chat. So every time you chat, you'll receive another one. And if you say !balance, you can check your balance. But thank you for being here. So glad to have you. So we're checking in slots for valid wager and a valid position as part of our wager. And so now what we need to figure out, yeah, you got to tell it, Scott, you have to tell it how much you want to bet. So you would say like roulette 5 even, and then it would allow you to do that. Okay, so what I am doing here in poker is the next thing that I do is start actually doing the thing. So like getting the card deck and getting those pieces together. And this is the entire logic really for calling a poker game. Oh, your local Canadian. Look at that. W. Giorgio just gave you 5,000 coins. That's awesome. How generous. This is a very generous crew, your local Canadian. People will just give you coins so you can play. So now instead of having 100 coins, which is what people normally start with, now you've got a few thousand. Let's actually check your balance. Let's see what it's at. If I could get to the chat part. If I say balance, local Canadian. Look at that. You got 7,101 coins. There you go. So you can bet however you'd like. You can bet on the numbers. You can bet on columns, rows, colors, even, odd, all that kind of stuff. And you're on your way. If you do not specify, by the way, if you do not specify your bet for poker or for slots, it will auto bet half of your stack, whatever half happens to be. So keep that in mind. If you just say !poker, it will just bet half of your amount, which is, I think, a fun way to play because it gives you a lot of action swings both ways. But there is obviously the chance that you could bankrupt yourself. So keep that in mind. Scott Gull's doing really well. There we go. So your local Canadian just lost 3,000. It bet half your coins for you. Malero's here. Thank you. We got a good crowd this morning. This is great. Okay, so this is the logic that I use for poker, and I need to do the same thing for slots. So in order to do this, we need to look at how we do this originally. So if I look at the, this is the slot game. So in here, if it's a valid wager, then all I do is call spin. Now what does spin do? Spin gives me 3 reels to spin. So if I look at this, I have these 3 reels, reel 1, reel 2, and reel 3. And I actually use emoji in my code. If you guys haven't seen this before, I'm actually using emoji strings to manage my stuff in my code. And so what I need to do is basically get a random item, well, shuffle the reels first, and then get a random item out of them. So in order to do that, how did I do that here? I have get random item, and then I had a shuffle function. So I feel like I already have a shuffle function. in the poker, or in the deck. The deck. Yeah, see, I have a shuffle function. It's the exact same logic. This is basically a nice way to shuffle an array. Boy, I mean, I really could just use this. But now it feels like the shuffle function is in the wrong place. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I hate to have this stuff all over the place, but I also don't feel like this now lives in the deck world. Where could I have this live? I guess I could have it as part of the helper for the casino. This is the casino helper. Maybe this is where I do it. So we could have a function called shuffle. And this will be items. And then if I can find my shuffle code, where did that go? Inside poker. No, inside deck. Inside there we have shuffle. I could probably just take this thing, copy it, and come back here, and we'll just create this function called shuffle, and inside here, instead of deck, we'll call it items. And then we'll return items. So this should give me, I'll have to send this out to shuffle. This should give me the ability to shuffle from anywhere. So now in my play function, I can just say, get me the helper. Helper equals require helper.js. And then here I should be able to say something. I don't know what I'm going to say yet. If we look at game, what I do here is I say spin, and this spins the 3 wheels and then returns me an array of the 3 things. And that is what the evaluator is expecting, is an array of 3 items. Karthik feels that the casino messages sometimes drown the conversation. I agree with you, man. I've been following your pizza drama. But yeah, I agree with you. I think sometimes there is a lot of casino noise, but I also I like it. I like that there's people engaged in playing and having fun and doing that kind of stuff. So I don't know the right solution yet. But I'm with you. I understand your concern for sure. So we could do... Yeah, you spend your Blanken points on highlighting your messages. That way they get called out. What else are we going to spend those points on, right? There is thoughts of letting you spend your Blanken points on buying more casino currency, but I haven't done that yet. Maybe eventually. So, oh, Kevin Evans, this is empty. This is yesterday's bottle and it's empty. I didn't get one for today, and I actually have to end a little short today because I need to go get ready for Alexa Live. We've got things to do. So I'm just going to pass in that array to the evaluator. So I probably should still have a spin function, I guess. And this is going to be very similar to this, where we'll take these items, put them here, and let's see. I need reels. So reels is there, and then I have helper. So this needs to become helper.shuffle. And then we use helper.getRandomItem, which I don't believe is in the current version of helper. We need to get those in there. So somewhere, I have a getRandomItem function. We'll take those and we'll bring them into the Chatsino helper, where we will definitely need them. So we have getRandomItem and we have getRandom. I need to fix this list. So we need to do like this. Shuffle, getRandom, and getRandomItem. Okay. So that should work there. So now if we come back to what we were really doing, which is playing slots, this should work now. getRandomItem. And we have helper, which has all of those things in them, so that's perfect. So in here now we can just say, what do I call it in the original? I call it spin result, so that's reasonable. So we'll say const spin result equals spin, and then we'll say const outcome, yeah, equals evaluator, which I'll need to bring in. Spin result. So we'll need to bring in the old evaluator. And what do we do with that evaluator? Once we get it, we either determine win or lose. But this is where we're going to have to rework some of the logic for how the evaluator works, because we don't want it to return. Maybe we don't need to do that. We have spin. We have evaluator. What does evaluator return in slots? It returns an object like position.3diamonds. And I think instead of position.nothing, what does position.nothing look like? I wonder why I need that, or if I need that. What's the right call here? Because the way that I did it in poker was I basically said if there is an outcome, so basically if outcome isn't undefined, then we won. Oh, Malera, you can. The problem is you can DM it. I'm struggling to figure out an effective way to let it DM back to you. So if you go into the messages, you can send a message to the bot via DM, but it still publishes the results here in the main chat. The way that it works is there's a call that is I think it's client.say, and then there's client.whisper, or yeah, I think it's client.whisper. And for whatever reason, when I use that syntax, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. And so it's very annoying to me that I can't send whispers, because I would love to let people play in the casino via messaging, and then like every once in a while it could be like, hey, by the way, somebody just hit like a huge jackpot, so it'll publish those things directly into the chat. But I'm totally with you, Malero. I just haven't been able to figure it out yet. I'm using the syntax that I think I should use. It's just not doing what I expect it to do. Yeah, Hawk 2000. I got a triple session today. It is a busy day. On top of being my birthday, it's a busy day of voice stuff. Malero, yeah, if you've got it, let's do it. Because I feel like I have the right code. I feel like it's just not working, and I haven't spent a ton of time digging into it. So this is my outcome. And then this is where we got tricky with poker. This is where things had to change a little bit because I had to create this new object. So let's take these win and lose and bring them over to slots. And so this is where the deposit will happen, and we're going to have helper. This needs to be helper.slots. And this will be spin result or something unique to this. Spin result. And this will be spin result. Like so. So I think that will work, and then all I need to do here is say if outcome return await win. And win needs user, wager, spin result, and outcome. This needs user, wager, and spin result. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it. I think we've basically got slots working now. I mean, I'm sure there's a bug, but if I look at how I did this, return await lose, return await win, I probably forgot to do, no, those are async functions. So that's all good. Yeah, but it doesn't seem to work. Now, maybe it's just because I'm using the Twitch management interface node module, but I have a slightly different interface. I'm not using this.send. It's like client.say or something like that. So that may work in a hand-rolled Twitch client, but using TMI, it doesn't seem to work. So I'll have to rework some things. I'm not opposed to doing something a little more manual. Mr. Smoofy, hello. Happy Wednesday. So I guess it's worth a try to go give this a run. We're only gonna end up with results. So start game intent here. What we can do is just console log some results. So we'll do like results, and then outcome, but we'll probably want to wrap that in some JSON stringify, like so. And then we will, how do we do this? We need to do a speak output. Speak output equals you played slots. And reprompt output equals this is your reprompt. Okay, so I think that's good for now. Let's go give this a run and see what happens. Excuse me. If we go back into my skill, it's still here. Oh, I did kill it. Okay, so OpenChatSino is the first step.
Welcome to the skill template. What would you like to do?
And I want to say bet 5 on slots.
Jeff, there was an error.
You guys are not going to believe
this. What should we do now?
There was an error. Okay, let's see what the error was. I'm sure it's something simple. Outcome has already been declared. I was worried about this. So they're inside different cases, but Node really hates that. So I'm going to have to do like poker outcome. means that these will become poker outcome. Great, great, great. And then this can become slots outcome. I don't think I have that. Oh, I do have it one more place. Okay, so then that'll go here. Okay, let's try it again. Bet 5 on slots.
You played slots. What do you want to play next?
Whew. For those of you that have been on this channel for a while, we don't get to the speech that we expected Alexa to say on the second try. That's not how this works. There were supposed to be 9 or 10 more bugs that we were meaning to get into. And so if I look at my results, you can see that right here, this printed out beautifully. I got Bell Orange, which is nothing. I got no outcome from that, which I don't think I like. So the first thing that I want to do is go into position, and I want to get rid of this. I'm just going to get rid of nothing. I'm not going to delete it because I may want it back, but I'm going to do that. And that way, when I come into play, when I come into the evaluator for slots, what I need to do is say undefined. We're going to do that instead. And so this should give me the situation where when you lose, you get undefined and you should get a loss message. So let's try that again. Bet 5 on slots.
You played slots. What do you want to play next?
Okay, you can see this time that I did not get any outcome. So now let's play a little bit with our speech. So I feel really good about the play module. This is very independent now. It doesn't have any speech built in. And now we should be able to say something like this. So let's build in some logic. If slots outcome dot outcome. So if the outcome exists, then they won. Otherwise, they lost. And so we can do some simple copy and paste to get similar messaging. So this will be my win message. We'll say you won some amount of money, coins, with a... I don't know how to say this. What does my position say? I have a name, so I can say 2 bells diamond and 2 bells and a diamond. 2 grapes and a diamond. I gave this name property here, two oranges and a diamond. I need speech ways to say these things. Okay, that looks good. So now when we come back here, we're looking at the outcome.name, which is what we want. Your new balance is balance coins. You won. I don't actually say what game you play. With in slots, coins in poker, and the loss message does call out the game you're in, but for whatever reason my win message did not. So we have that now, and I think all that looks good. Oh, and we don't need to do this. This is the win condition, so I'm going to tell you exactly what you had. So I think I can just do that. And then for my loss condition, we'll have the speech for that here. And so this is going to be here. Gosh, how great would this be if it works? You lost some coins in slots. Your new balance is that. Your results... this is going to be a little tricky. This will have to be get slot speech. Spin result Okay, your spin was... And I'll just say like diamond, diamond, cherry, or whatever. It'll just be the three things. I don't even think diamond, diamond, and cherry, or diamond, diamond, cherry. I don't know what the right answer there is. Diamond, diamond. Well, let's go look at the helper and see what we did there. I did get card speech that looks like this. Get slot speech, is that what I called it? I'd love to get this done before I have to finish here today. Start game intent. Get slot speech. Perfect. And this one is going to be spin result. So we got to tweak this up a little bit. Hand.length. All of this stuff is pretty much the same. The difference is going to be this piece here. So, oh, thank you, Karthik. Take care, man. Enjoy your pizza. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Let's see. What I need to do is figure out the name of the individual items, and I think I was smart enough for myself here. No, I was not smart enough, but I was originally smart enough. So if I go open a file in the Chatsino bot, I believe in the slots folder, there's a file called symbols, and I don't know why I would want to do that. Can I do this? I don't remember how I want to do this. But I basically need to figure out... that's a nice try, Emram Alex. Mr. M. Alex. You can't just bet 2 million. You got to have 2 million. What kind of casino do you think we're running here? How do I really want to do this? I keep asking myself that question. I must have said that about 10 times today. How do I want to do this? I don't know. Oh, Scott, your win was not found. Or I guess your bet was not found. I should actually build that Easter egg in. If you bet 404 coins, I'm sorry, your bet was not found. No, I love it, Mr. Alex. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're playing. The thing about this is that the people that are in this chat room are the ones that have done much of the testing for this casino. So if you want to test the edges, if you want to try and break it, go for it. I'm hoping that I've got things covered. So if you want to try things like betting 2 million or betting tacos or whatever, have at it. It should be able to handle it. And your interactions only make it better. So please don't feel like you're hurting me by trying to break things. Oh, Mr. Smoofy, I forgot. If you, I parse int all the values, so I took the tacos away, and you didn't provide a bet, so I bet half your money. Yep, I knew that it did that, and I totally forgot. So how do you guys feel about that? That's actually a good question. Scott Gowell just got hit on it, and Mr. Smoofy got hit on it. If you don't provide me a number, I assume you want to bet half your coins. And I would be very interested to know if you guys like that or not. My default bet used to be 1, and I feel like that's kind of boring. So, anyway, basically I'm parse-inting your bet. I don't find a number, and so then I assume you wanted to bet half. Yeah, W. Giorgio likes half. You think you should probably change it if they say something that is not a number. You think I should change it to what? Should I just push back and say, hey, that's not a valid bet? Because I could certainly do that too. Invalid bet. Okay. Okay, I can do that. I'm not going to do it right now. Mr. M. Alex, no, I am not. There's no APIs. Well, there's no poker. There's no casino APIs. This is all written from scratch. And the only APIs that I'm using are for like data storage so that I can keep track of everybody's balance and stuff like that. But no, there's no poker logic APIs or anything like that. This is all handwritten, wrapped in a pile of tests, and submitted for your review. So that is the story there. Okay, so we're so close here. Your spin was, what we need to do is get this slot speech thing figured out, and I don't know the right answer for this yet. So we have slot speech, but what I don't know is what I want to call each of these things, because if I just put the emoji themselves in here, it's not going to be able to say cherry or diamond or lemon. At least I don't think so. What does Alexa say if I just drop a grape? Does anyone know if you tried to get her to say emojis?
Grapes.
No way. Let's go. Are you kidding me? Mr. Malix, this is okay. So, oh my gosh, everybody. We just did a thing. I can just do. So I have to look at what spin result. I can just do this. Because it's just the 3 emoji. So I think I can do that. And it'll just read the emoji form. I mean, I'm sure some of them are not right. But like I have cherries here. What does cherries look like?
Grapes. Cherries.
And orange.
Grapes. Cherries. Tangerine.
Tangerine! Come on. It's oranges. Tangerine. What am I going to do with tangerine? Oh, I was feeling so good about this. Maybe our casino has tangerines. Why not? We'll just leave it for now. It's tangerine now. So what we need to do is go back to our play and make sure that we are calling get slot speech. Fellas, ladies, I think this might work. Let's see. Bet 5 on slots. I said slots. I don't. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Jeff,
there was an
error. What should we do now?
There was an error. I don't write errors. I did not put a single error in here. I did not do poker outcome. Where am I talking? Oh, I didn't change out these. Okay, fine. No, that's a legit complaint. I'll let the compiler freak out at me. That's fine. It's not poker outcome. It's slots outcome. I think we're good now. Boy, if that's the only bug we have, that would be fantastic. Bet 5 on slots.
Jeff, there was an error. What should we do now?
Now what? Get slot speech is not a function. DB script with the follow. You guys, if we're not careful, we're going to hit 500 today. And I'm just not prepared for that kind of excitement because I don't have any streams left until August. I'm going on vacation on Friday. I won't be here. And I promised you guys that we would do a stream where I'm dressed entirely as an X-Wing pilot when we get to 500. And I don't know where we're at. If only there was a way to check. Let's see if I do. $478, guys. We're 22 away. Thank you guys for the follows. Super, super cool. And I'm flattered every time that someone follows or subscribes to this channel. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. we're so close on this. We need to figure out why get slot speech is not a thing. And I don't know why it's not a thing right now. So we have helper.getSlotSpeech because we have helper.js right here. And that's the Chatsino Alexa. Let's go look just to make sure. This helper function right here, this guy. Oh, because I didn't export it. Get, well, this is the wrong place. If we want to keep these alphabetical, we got to be good about this. Get intent name. Is entitled is in the wrong place. This is a giant disaster. I'm going to demonstrate my alphabet skills right now. Get locale. It's going to go up here. Whoa. Change voice. Set action. And then a bunch of empty space. And we got to move that P because that comes after S. Okay, we're so good. So close. So now the thing that we needed to add was get slot speech. So that's going to be here. Get slot speech. Now will it work? Let's take a look. Bet 5 on slots. Please work.
You played slots.
Oh,
what do you want to play next?
That's good. That's good. That's means we're working. I didn't get rid of my default text, so I'm just overwriting what I would have written. So let's get rid of that. And one more time, bet 5 on slots.
You lost 5 coins in slots. Your new balance is 216 coins. Your spin was Tangerine, Bell, and Tangerine. What do you want to play next?
Oh, yeah, Justin Jeffress is here. Welcome, man. We just got the slot machine working on Alexa. I want to see a win, though. Let's try that again until we win.
You won 25 coins in slots with 2 cherries. Your new balance is 242 coins. What do you want to play next?
I don't love that. Because the cherry ones specifically bother me because the way the cherry payouts work, if we look at the position thing, 3 cherries is obviously really clear. You rolled all 3. 2 cherries is 2 cherries and something. And 1 cherry is 1 cherry and 2 anythings. But I feel like I want to tell you what all 3 of them were. So you got like cherry, diamond, diamond, or whatever. So if that's the case, then I need to, in my win condition, I need to do the same thing. So your spin was this, and I can just do it here. I was thinking I wouldn't need to, but I think I need to, and we don't need 2 periods. So we'll just do it like that, and you'll get to hear it twice. You've given over 100,000 coins away, W. Giorgio. That is, I mean, it's absolutely amazing how well you've done in the casino. So now let's do bet 5 on slots and see what we get. It's going to be hard to get back to that cherry outcome, but did I break something?
You lost 5 coins in slots. Your new balance is 238 coins. Your spin was tangerine, grapes, and grapes. What do you want to play next?
I think I don't want that and. How do you guys feel about that? Like, I don't like her saying tangerine, grapes, and grapes. I feel like it should just be tangerine, grapes, grapes. I think that has a better sound to it. So we need to find my helper file. And just get rid of we'll just get rid of this line. I'll comment it out for now. That way I can change my mind later. I think it sounds better without the and.
You lost 5 coins in slots. Your new balance is 234 coins. Your spin was bell, tangerine, grapes. What do you want to play next? You won 25 coins in slots with 2 cherries. Your new balance is 260 coins. Your spin was cherries, cherries, grapes. What do you want to play next?
There we go. So I actually got the case that I wanted. Yeah, most likely. I already got rid of it. So this I like how this one reads. I'm going to take this, and we're going to get her to say that again so I can hear it while I'm paying attention. I turned my attention off for a minute. So...
You won 25 coins in slots with 2 cherries. Your new balance is 260 coins. Your spin was cherries, cherries, grapes. What do you want to play next?
Oh, this is so good. So good. All right, well, I accomplished the thing that I wanted to do today, which was to get slots working on Alexa, and I think we've done that. So, I was definitely going to end early today because... Whoa, how did you... Oh, you bet 6,000. I was like, I saw the Mr. Smoofy for 100 and I thought something had broken. So I think we're in a really good position today. We have Alexa Live coming up here in 48 minutes. 48 minutes! And you don't want to miss the beginning because we've got some fantastic keynotes and announcements happening right out of the gate. So you're going to want to get there, get your seat early, hang out, and play. If I could find a way to get the casino running in the chat, I would, but it's on a different platform that I don't have. So we will not have the casino running there, but I will leave it running here. So if you guys want to continue to chat here, or if you want to continue chatting in the Discord, we mentioned this earlier. Do I have it open? If we look at the Discord, I can see that we got Cyan10X and Ivankio are here. I got a couple new people, but if you guys want to join the Discord, this is another place you guys can have a conversation amongst yourselves. Whew, that's a lot. Okay, so I feel like I made some good progress today. I just want to remind everybody, I will not be here Friday. I will not be here all of next week, but folks like Justin Jeffress and Greg Bullmash and Joe Moyo and the Amazon Alexa channel, there's lots and lots of cool stuff to check out, in addition to everybody that's on the Live Coders team. So I highly recommend you go and check some of those folks out because there's just lots and lots to do and to see today. And so just as a reminder, Alexa Live starts in 46 minutes. So make sure you get over there and get signed up if you haven't already. Still time, no problem there. And then this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, for those of you that are awake at that kind of time, there's a show called The Voice Den that I'm going to be a guest on. And it's a really cool interactive show where you can actually, as the audience, participate and join in and ask questions of the panel. So it's really kind of a unique, novel format for a virtual show. And I'm really looking forward to that one as well. And you can check that out at thevoiceden.com. So thank you guys all for tuning in today. I'm going to figure out somebody to raid. We should always do a raid to end, right? So let me go into my creator dashboard. And let's see if we can find a good raid channel. And we'll go say hi to some people. Who do we got that I'm following? Somebody's got to be online. There's nobody online that I follow? Whoo, we can't even send a raid out today. Everybody, you know what it is. Everybody got offline early to go see Alexa Live, and you should do the same thing. So I guess we'll just wrap up the stream. I will see you guys all over there. We'll be in the chat. We'll be hanging out. We'll be talking. And I'm really excited for some of the stuff that we're going to share and announce with you guys today. So find some food, get yourself some lunch, get your snacks, because it's going to be 5 hours of awesome. And I'm really looking forward to it. So with that, thank you guys all for tuning in. I will see you all very soon.